YouTube style. Gosh, this stuff is great. Check, 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 check. Check one, check one. Are we live and rocking? I think so. How's the chat doing? Let's see. Top chat. We got the chat rolling. We have audio input capture rolling. All right, let's get it. I think we got everything good tonight. Sweet. Okay, so first things first, what is the goal today? What am I trying to accomplish? All right. So yesterday, if you guys followed me on that one, I actually started creating a chat agent for my daughter Sailor. Because what I want to do is make this an individual optimizer, really show you what you can do, how to take it. It's like the GPTs. This is Vertex AI Conversation. It's a Google product. Extremely safe, powerful for organizations. Just depends on what you want to do. So what can we do? Well, I started off with educators and saying, hey, this is really something that's really good for teachers. You can take it and personalize it. You can take it and make it specific to your class, to your individual student. Or like me as a father, I can take it and make it specific for my daughter. Also, before we get rolling, we are raising some money for Haven of Hope Fresh Tracks. I gotta get better writing at the ball. I read it all crooked. Fresh Tracks. Haven of Hope, Colorado, all right? And we gotta start it off with a red ball shot. We gotta start it off with a laser, right? And I made it. And got it back. Okay. So first things first, let's just go into what I was doing for my daughter's teacher first. Because what we got to look at there is, yesterday I put in, hey, school supplies, PDF, and then just what's going on for the week. These things do really well learning overnight. So you put in all the data at night. They learn it and become experts in the morning. So let's check that out and see what we got here. Hello. What is the list of school supplies? And boom. So now every single kid and every single class can know automatically what they need to bring for the start of school just by uploading one PDF to the cloud. Now there's some stuff you got to do after as far as embedding it into your website, but it's literally just click, copy, paste, save. So if you look at the video of last night's live, this hadn't turned on yet. This was still working. So that's just kind of showing initially, hey, learned it. Here it is. Easy to go. But now what do we do? Because what I wanted to do was start with a conversation from Bard. Okay. So, hey, Bard, tell me about XYZ. And let's see, this was last night. Let's make sure you guys can see this one. Okay. Jumping around on screens, and I'll get better at that. But this one essentially is meant to say, hey, we can go from a conversation with Bard to conversational AI, and we can make a chat agent out of it. So for my baby girl, she is 6. She is in kindergarten. Here's what I did. I said, shoot, Bard, how about we just make one? We're doing conversational AI. How can I set that up in Dialogflow? So it gave me an example of how to set up this chat agent and then told it some directions. Hey, let's work on some math. What's 2 plus 2? It'll ask the question. It'll give me directions on what to put in Dialogflow. And you got to kind of work this down the line a little bit. But now we're getting into, hey, it's going to ask her questions. It's going to tell her, hey, this is what you're doing. So it's going to ask, what's 1 plus 1? She's going to say 1 plus 0. She says 1. It says correct. And so on and so forth. And then I wanted to get it a little bit personalized. because she's really into gymnastics and cheerleading. So, all right, let's teach her a little bit of math based on her personal interests. So, gymnastics and cheerleading. What's 2 jumps plus 3 jumps? 5 jumps. Somersaults, etc. And I had Bard write it in vertical and show his work. So, him or her, not sure. But it just gives you a good example of what to do there. And then what you can do, let's take I actually like that one a lot. Let's do this one. All you have to do is take it and send it to Google Sheets, or I'm sorry, Google Docs. One click, right? It's going to export it. And we can go over there and check it out. So that's how it's going to be formatted when you put it into your Vertex AI conversation. So that'll be cheerleading 1. We're going to call this, we're going to give it a title too. Sailors Math Extravaganza. I don't know. Ganza. Is that the right spelling? Show is. All right. So then we take it and download it. Let's rename it Sailors Math Agent Doc 2. And I got one already up here downloaded. So we'll go File, Download, PDF. That's going to download the PDF to my system. Not too difficult, right? Pretty easy stuff you've all done before, nothing crazy. And then what we're going to do is we'll go over to check.amade.o. Let me see here. And we're going to switch back in. We're going to go over to that AI dude. Got a couple other projects rolling there. And we're going to go into Sailor Mike Madden, my 3 babies. Okay, and there's nothing there because all that I've had in there was what's going on for Miss A, for a week, and then school supplies. So nothing crazy, but we're going to have to make this agent a little more dynamic. We're going to have to make it into a hybrid because Sailor's got a lot of interest, right? She's got math, she's got art, gymnastics, cheerleading. So you can make this an individual and optimizer for pretty much anything you do. And how you're going to do that is turn it into a hybrid agent. Oh, man. So for a hybrid agent, that's when the power really comes into these things, because then you can start tracking conversations, what people are saying, etc. So what we'll do here is we're going to create another flow for Sailor's Math, so we can have that agent be an expert in math going on that flow for her. The first thing we got to do is start with an intent. And what we're going to do is we're going to click Manage, Intents, Create an Intent. So I'm just going to say math. That's it. This intent triggers when users ask about math or a math question. Training phrases. So this be, because I want her to just say math or teach me math, and it'll go to that flow and start asking her a question. So I'll say math. Learn math. Addition. Subtraction. Subtraction. Multiplication. Division. 2. Let's add. Teach me math. Okay. Now I got a couple examples in there, and that's really, probably too many intent training phrases right out of the gate. Just do 2 or 3. Don't do 70. I've done that once, and it got me in some backtracking. But what we'll do, let's go back in. We'll check in. We have the math intent there. There's my training phrases. Always click save. And we're going to come over here to entity types. We're going to hit create here. And what we're going to do it is, we're just going to call it math again. Well, we're going to call it Sailor's Math. Because you can reuse entities based on just the name, really. So if I'm going to have to use addition, subtraction, whatever again, I can. I just got to name it something different. So this one I'll call Sailor's Math. And we'll go math. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, add, subtract, minus, multiply, divide. Okay. So boom, boom, boom. Got those in there. We're going to click save. Let's go back to our intents. We're going to click math again. We're going to see this intent. And now we want to highlight that as Sailor's Math. Because by doing that, it's going to be able to tell us where to go. We want to go to that flow, which will be her individual math flow. Subtraction, multiplication, division, add, math. And when you're doing these and starting to highlight them to make sure, hey, we want to go to a certain flow, we want to go a certain way, don't overdo it to where you're like trying to put extra stuff in there, because then it'll start really taking it different routes that you don't want it to go. So keep it simple, straightforward. Sailor's Math is math, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Don't put like Sailor's Math is, because it might catch different words. You just want to keep it specific, okay? So we're going to click save there. Come back to the build tab, and we're constantly running, constantly model training, which is so nice about these. But what we're going to do is we're going to create a new flow. Sailor's Math. Okay, boom. And what we're going to do is come over here to our little start bubble here. I'm going to put in a new route. Add a route. This route is for users when they ask about math or ask a math question. We're going to go math. We're not going to put anything in the, well, we might. This one might be a good one. Hey. Yeah, we're going to put I'm going to put an agent says right here, because I want an agent response when Sailor goes to math. The agent will say, hey, let's learn some math. What section do you want to work on? That way it can take her to addition, subtraction, so on and so forth. So I'll say, hey, Miss Sailor, let's learn some math. Do you want to do addition or subtraction today? I'm going to keep it simple just for now, because she's in kindergarten. We're working on it, but she's crushing, so we'll do better. And I'm thinking about this as, more of an optimizer. It's not like she's got issues with math or she's struggling. But even for kids that are, or kids that are excelling, you can make it personalized to them. You can put it at that level. That's something that I think is really almost the golden ticket. It's like, hey, how do we optimize every kid's learning? Because we can't have an individual program for every kid. Well, now you can. You just have to go out and do it. So we're going to take this to Sailor's flow, Sailor's math flow. Okay, let's take a look at that. And then we've got to make sure on Sailor's math flow what we do. First thing, these event handlers, we're going to send them back to the top, because we don't want people getting stuck in our chat. All you do there, Sailor's Math. Save, boom, boom. Oh, geez, Louise. What did I do wrong? I did that again the other day. I wanted to go to, the default start flow. Save. What do we got there? What do you got going on? No match. Default start. No input. Default start. Do not send it back to itself. So boom, if they don't have, or if in the math section for right now, if it doesn't have the answer, it'll spin them back up top so they're not sitting there just waiting. Okay. So now the default start flow, we got the start flow going to Sailor's math page. So she's going to have her little chat agent there. Okay. But now we got to go into Sailor's math page. And all it has right now is just, hey, we can do this as far as a whole data store, put whatever I did with Bard in there and just let it run, which is very powerful. And it does have intense suggestions, but it's better, I think, at least in my opinion right now, to take these things hybrid because then you can really make them powerful and specific to what you want. Plus, it's cheaper cost. So if you want to keep your costs down. But what you can do there, for example, is we're going to take it and give Sailor a page to go to for addition. So we're going to come up here with, well, we're going to have to do the same thing, right? So now we got to go into Sailor's math. Now we got to go to Sailor's addition. So we're going to go intent, create Sailor's addition. This route triggers. Sailor wants to learn math. Let's add addition plus. Let's do adding. Let's do addition. Let's add 2 plus 2. Okay. What do we got there? So we're already pulling in some entities, which is all right. I mean, it's pretty cool to see how these things turn on and activate themselves anyway, but we're going to click save. We'll come in here and we're going to create another entity, Sailor's addition. And this will show you how you can use, like addition, add multiple times. Addition. So let's go addition. Adding 2 plus 2. We'll just leave it like that. I don't know how that 2 plus 2 is going to do, but we'll see. So we'll come over here, go back to our intents, Sailor's addition. And now you can see these are under Sailor's math, so they'll take her to that flow, but we want this to take it to the addition page. So we're going to change this to Sailor's addition. So that's why that little breakpoint in the agent response, hey, what would you like to work on today? Sailor's math will take you there, stop, ask them what they want to do, then go that route. So Sailor's addition, Sailor's addition. I'm going to take that whole thing, which is fantastic. And spelling addition. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now we've identified Sailor wants to do some math. Pretty simple, right? Nothing crazy. But now we got to go and add a page. Oh, I hope I saved all that. Yes, I did. That's always a problem with me. Just click the save button. Don't hit the keyboard deal. This route is for Sailor when she wants to learn math. Okay, intent. Sailor's addition. We're going to take her straight there, but we're going to make a new page. Sailor addition. And we're going to click save. Now what's that going to do? It's going to give us a new page, right? So this will go right here in Sailor's addition. So click in here. We're going to have to take and put those state handlers in right now. They're called event handlers. But we want to make sure I always do this first. Well, I tried to. It doesn't have the answer, people will not get stuck in the chat. I hate getting stuck in chats. And I will show you, I've set this one up right. The first couple I did, definitely didn't do that as far as route groups. But this will be a good example of how to set up route groups to stay with inside flows, and so you're not clicking around 40 different times. Oh, did I do that again? I did, huh? Stop clicking the wrong thing when you're talking, bud. Flow. Boom. Boom. Okay, which one? It's default input. Okay. There we go. So now if people come to Sailor's math page, it doesn't have the question, right? If they come in here, doesn't have the answer, it'll take them back to the default start flow. If she's in doing addition, doesn't have the answer she wants there, hey, I need to get out of here, whatever. Something that's in there that she doesn't have yet, it'll go back to the default start flow, and we're back up top. This will become essentially just an expanded app for my kids. But right now, with Sailor's math, start page, Sailor's addition, we'll put in a description. This page contains answer, contains an AI agent to help Sailor grow her math skills with personal gymnastics and cheerleading examples. All right, save that description. Now, fulfillment, we'll get into that in one sec. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to go data stores here. Because we're going to have to unstructured create. Oh. Log in. GCP. Let's see what we got here. Before we just create a data store, let's see what I got in there as far as if I can add it to a different one. Because if I can add, I know I can add it under the other one. I just got to make sure. CL data stores. What do we got here? You can add different docs under there. Okay. Let's get into that data store. Import data. Okay, so what we're going to have to do then is we're going to have to upload those documents earlier that I looked at. So we'll just go a new tab, go to GCP. Google Cloud Platform is just insane. Storage. Cloud storage. Boom. Select a project. That AI dude. Get out of here. I break stuff. No Sailor's class info. Check. You know what? I'm going to just make a new bucket. So I want to keep these separate. This Sailor's math data store. Don't mess with these data stores if you have that ability. There's probably some usernames and stuff in here, but it's for the kids. Don't be a dick. Uniform. Create. Yeah, I know it will, but all right. Upload files. So these will be the spinny ball. The 2 PDFs of Sailor's math. Open. So boom, here are 2 math docs. Just copy this bucket name right here. And we're going to create this data store with inside of it. Here's the bucket. Adds new documents. All right. Yep. All right, let's add it in. And now I'm in with 2 PDFs. It's going to learn that overnight. So now I have, it won't be ready right away, but it will be in the morning, which is fun. Yeah, I'm going to put these recommendations engine together. Recommend you guys my YouTube videos. Look out. SMM. So now, bada bing, bada boom. We go in here, Sailor's Math, and I don't know for sure if I can add data stores into this specific page. It's usually you got to add it into the default start or the start page of a flow, but that's why we do this live, because we'll find out tomorrow. We'll make some adjustments if we need to. Data store, so I put it in there. I wonder if I should put it separate. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, it sounds like you should, but honestly, this thing does better when you don't try and do too much and just let the chat do the work most of the times. But let's see and test this puppy. Let's see what we got. So we'll go back to the top and really go over, hey, this is how it's going to kick off. You know, we're coming in the default start flow. We'll track it. See which way it goes. Hello. Good. How are you? Let's do math. So, hey, Miss Sailor, let's learn some math. And then it went to Sailor's Math start page, right? So it's taking it, took it to that Sailor's Math flow, but stopped at the start page to ask her, hey, do you want to do addition or subtraction? Let's do add. Okay, and that's exactly what you're going to see the first time, right? Because that data store is not in there. It's learning. It's actually training the model to run within that chat. So it's going to learn that back and forth, that stack, and it'll be able to start teaching my 6-year-old daughter. Well, not 6 quite yet. 7 more days, baby. But it'll be able to teach her more on how to optimize her math skills based on her personal interests in just 30 minutes and a hybrid agent. So we're almost at 6 o'clock. The next live you'll see is at 8 o'clock tonight. And what we're going to do there is we're going to start building. A lot of people want to use this for sales, which understandably, because it is an absolute beast at sales. So we're going to start building out Hank. Mr. Hank. Because right now, let's see. He's going to start looking like something a little bit like this. You know, Haven of Hope, benefits, facts. But we're going to go sales, marketing, email, you know, contract review, how to start a business. There's a ton of stuff you can do. So Hank's going to be just my Just AI full chat. So you can do everything with it. Sales, marketing, it doesn't matter. Everything's going to live under one roof. You're going to be able to make these AI chat agents your experts. And what's cool about that, since I got a couple minutes left, is this conversation history. Okay, so make sure, I mean, this is Hank. I launched him yesterday. I need more of you to go talk to Hank. But, for example, was it this one? No. A user came in. Okay, so this is why it's important, right? I don't have when did I start or when did I start the company anywhere on my website. I need to do that. That way people know, hey, you started this company 6 months ago and the technology's been released for 2 months. How did that happen? Timing and some really good buddies that I worked with back at an old company. They were just like, hey, go learn Google. It's pretty cool. And here we are today. So 8 o'clock Mountain Standard, we're going to start optimizing Hank and make him just the baddest dude around as far as business optimization and personal interests. So here we go. Thank you guys for whoever came. And if not, if you guys see this video later on YouTube, holler at me. No way.